Hey Sam, what you doing?
Well, I'm looking at this acid rain stuff, and it's making me really, really mad.
What's acid rain?
Acid rain, which is what pollutes the air, it produces what acid chemicals are incorporated into rain, snow, fog, or mist. The acid in acid rain comes from sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides, which are produced from burning coal and other fuels in certain industrial processes. The sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides are related to two strong acids, sulfuric acid and nitric acid. When sulfur dioxides and nitric oxides are released from power plants and other sources, wind blows them far from their source. If the acid chemicals are in the air, they are blown into areas where the weather is wet. The acids can fall to the earth in rain, snow, fog, or mist. In the areas where the weather is dry, the acid chemicals may become incorporated into the dust or smoke. Acid rain can damage the environment and human health. Terrible. Really bad. Okay. Well, it's recording, so one thing.
An example of acid rain is in New York. The air is polluted with acid rain in New York because in New York they have lots of industry and cars around the city. So that is where the acid rain is mainly hitting in the States. But it is still a main problem in the United States. Power plants also affect acid rain. Modern power plants use fuel that has had the sulfur reduced before it is burned, or the plants use scrubbers in the smokestacks to remove the sulfur from the emissions. Nitrogen oxide emissions are reduced by using special designed low nitrogen oxide combustors and selective catalytic reduction, or otherwise known as CSCR, or non-selective catalytic reduction, NSCR, in the smokestacks. Automobiles and other vehicles also affect acid rain, which is why New York gets hit so hard. Since the mid-1970s, two important features have been added to the automobile: catalytic converters and electronic fuel injection, EFI. Catalytic converters are located in the exhaust system to remove nitrogen oxide emissions. EFI controls the formation of nitrogen oxide emissions during the combustion of the fuels. It's okay. We'll just cut it. That's just what I did. What is that?
That's so cute, Sammy.
Okay, so now... Hey, Sammy. Which areas of the world does acid rain affect?
Well, acid rain hits many places. It rains basically where everything is industrial, or mostly everything is industrial, or big cities like New York or Orlando, or any big cities, especially like maybe in Canada, which is Ontario. That's also a problem because they have American coal burning plants, which sterilize our lakes. And in Austria, there's maybe some in Austria, and acid rain primarily has a bad effect in the areas where the buffering or alkaline content, which alkaline will refresh our water and make it fresher, kind of. It will. And again, acid rain is basically in the metropolitan areas in any city. It does attack it attacks limestone and sediment and iron, in which limestone and sediment and iron is good for our community and the populace. And the acid rain can also cause buildings and statues and bridges to deteriorate faster, so it's good that we probably should get rid of it or help prevent this not happening. And it harms thousands of lakes, rivers, and streams worldwide. It distributes lake ecosystems and kills wildlife in affected lakes. It even killed that bird over there. That's why we need to help prevent acid rain from happening. I was going to make sure it was like this.
There are several ways to reduce acid rain, more properly called acid deposition, ranging from societal changes to individual actions. It is critical that acid deposition be reduced not only in the United States, but throughout the world to preserve the integrity of natural habitats. One thing that we can do is clean up smokestacks and exhaust pipes. Almost all of the electricity that powers our modern life comes from burning fossil fuels such as coal, natural gas, and oil. Acid rain is caused by two pollutants that are released into the atmosphere when fuels and coal are burned. Sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide are released. There are several options for reducing sulfur dioxide emissions, including using coal containing less sulfur, washing the coal, and using a device called scrubbers to chemically remove the sulfur dioxide from the gases, leaving the smoke stack. Power plants can also switch fuel. Similar to the scrubbers on power plants, catalytic converters reduce nitrogen oxide emissions from cars. Second thing, use alternative energy sources. There are sources of electricity other than fossil fuels. These include nuclear power, hydropower, wind energy, geothermal energy, and solar energy. There is also alternative energies such as natural gas, batteries, and fuel cells available to power automobiles. Number 3 is to restore a damaged environment. Acid rain deeply penetrates into the fabric of the ecosystem, changing the chemistry of the soil, streams, and narrowing sometimes to nothing in the space where plants and animals can live. However, there are some things that people can do to bring back lakes and streams more quickly. Limestone or lime can be added to acidic lakes to cancel out the acidity. This is called limeage. Look to the future. Though emissions from the largest known sources of acid deposition, power plants and automobiles are reduced, EPA scientists, also known as Environmental Protection Agency, and other colleagues must assist the reproduction to make sure that they are achieving the results that Congress anticipates when it creates the acid rain program in 1990. These assessments show that acid deposition is still harming the environment. Congress may begin to consider additional ways to reduce emissions and cause acid deposition. It may seem that there is not much that one individual can do to stop acid deposition. However, like many environmental issues, acid deposition is caused by the cumulative actions of millions of individual people. Therefore, each individual can also reduce their contribution to the power and become a part of the solution. Remember to use energy-efficient appliances, lighting air conditioners, heaters, refrigerators, washing machines, etc. Only use electric appliances when you need them. Keep your thermostat at 68 Fahrenheit in the winter and 72 Fahrenheit in the summer. Insulate your homes as best as you can. Carpool using public transportation, or better yet, walk or bicycle whenever possible. Buy vehicles with low NOx emissions and properly maintain your vehicle. And most important, be well informed. Thank you for this.
Thank you.